Good day, it's February 10th, 2025. The Democratic Party just held its elections for new board of officers for the Democratic National Committee, and Ken Martin, the chairman of the Minnesota Democratic Farmer Labor Party, a merger between the Minnesota Farmer Labor Party and the Minnesota Democratic Party, won by 247 caucus votes over 135 votes of Ben Wikler, the chairman of the Wisconsin Democratic Party. I'm Joe Buban. Welcome to The Pulse.
Hi, I'm Shahin. Welcome to this week's edition.
Chairman Wikler of the Wisconsin State Democratic Party is also an activist who was an officer of organizations like Move On and AVAZ. The Democratic Party has a new set of 3 vice chairs. One of those elected to the post is David Hogg, an activist and advocate against gun violence, who was one of the students who survived the infamous mass shooting at Douglas Stoneman High School in Parkland, Florida back in 2018. That tragic incident resulted in deaths of 17 students and teachers. Hogg helped form the March for Our Lives movement, an anti-gun lobbying advocacy where impatience of the Americans for years of mass shootings. Others elected as co-chairs are Pennsylvania Congressman Malcolm Kenyatta, an openly LGBTQ member of the U.S. House of Representatives, and Artie Blanco, who served as director for the Nevada chapter of the AFL-CIO union.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk made a move to dismantle the United States Agency for the International Development, or we can call it as USAID for short. This came as Musk plans to use his Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, to dismantle agencies that he personally deems as wasteful. Elon Musk, the billionaire, has called the United States Agency for International Development as a criminal enterprise. Within hours of taking office, Trump issued an executive order suspending all U.S. foreign assistance. Days later, Secretary of State Marco Rubio issued a stop work order for the State Department and the U.S. Agency for International Development. The move received outrage from both left and right, Democrats and Republicans in Washington. Senator Chuck Schumer called the move an unelected shadow government conducting a takeover of the federal government, while Congresswoman Ilhan Omar accused Trump and Musk of taking away the constitutional power of Congress, which has full authority on allocating funds like USAID. The move received positive reaction from people who have been critical of the policies of the United States towards foreign nations. Former Congressman Ron Paul said that USAID spends billions of dollars towards propping up non-government organizations overseas to overthrow elected governments with who the United States does not like, audit it, then shut it down. The agency has been accused of being a front of Central Intelligence Agency, so is the National Endowment for Democracy. All USAID workers have been locked out of from their agency's computer systems, according to the reports and multiple sources that all USAID and contractors abroad are placed in limbo, stranded, as the agency was shut down. USAID also has immunization and disease control programs worldwide. This angered Democratic lawmakers about the stoppage of the programs by the Trump administration. Democratic lawmakers in the Senate and in the House of Representatives are unanimous in condemning the government takeover by Elon Musk and the president, saying these funding had already been allocated by the Congress by law, and the president, with Elon Musk, has no legal power to do these things.
Elon Musk's DOGE operatives also attempted to take over the U.S. Treasury's payment system program. The U.S. government payment system is in a secured facility at the Treasury Department, where all payment transactions to individuals and corporations, including government agencies, are being processed. It has been reported that DOGE operatives of Elon Musk tried to access and control the system. A Democratic senator and House member described the system as the heart of the credibility with creditors here in the U.S. and abroad. That tinkering with it for political objectives is just unthinkable and could cause the U.S. government to default on its loans and could trigger a global financial crisis and recession worldwide.
In Oakland, California, being the second largest city across from San Francisco, where there was a spike in the violent crime for the past 2 years. It has a new district attorney, Judge Ursula Jones Dixon, a Superior Court judge of the Alameda County in Oakland. She was selected to be the new district attorney for the Alameda County by the Board of Supervisors. After 2.5 months of application and selection processes, following the recall on the ballot of District Attorney Pamela Price in November, Judge Ursula Jones Dixon will serve out the remainder of her term until 2026. Judge Jones Dixon promised to be a tough prosecutor on crimes that has recently plagued the city of Oakland, unlike her predecessor, who is believed by many as a liberal prosecutor. Alameda County voters had spoken out that they need a prosecutor who's tough on crime and follows the law. We're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
All the ladies in the house. After you've gone and left me crying. After you've gone, there's no denying.
Mga kababayan! Welcome back to Chika Chika Today. Who is this mystery woman that Manila's Principe of Pop seems to be smitten with?
Can't I just say, I like you?
What are your intentions with my mother, sir?
He must be Miguel.
Oh, Sin City sweethearts!
You break her heart. I'll break your pretty K-pop face.
I don't want him to think that I'm trying to be his dad.
Is this the real deal? Will she be the inspiration for a new love song? Or quite possibly another one of Gabriel's heartbreak hits? We will keep you posted on any updates as this story unfolds.
Made to Shine, coming soon. Presented by FilAmTV Network. Written and directed by Giovanni Espiritu.
Executive produced by Sam Buban and Esmeralda Padilla Gould.
Welcome back to the polls. The American voters of Arab origin and others who are Muslims, like the many who voted for Trump in Michigan and in Arizona, had a rude awakening when President Trump, in a press conference side by side with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, said the United States should take over Gaza and develop it like a new Riviera, and suggesting that the Palestinians be relocated to Jordan and Egypt. Arabs and Muslims voted for Trump because they believed that presidential candidate Kamala Harris did not address the problems of Palestinians and Gaza, and that Biden supported the Israeli government in the invasion of Gaza. Arab and Muslim groups believed that Trump was the better choice to end the misery in Gaza. But now Arab leaders in Michigan are now slamming Trump for his plan, saying it is unthinkable for all Palestinians to be dispossessed of their land and relocated to other countries. But ironically, even as Trump laid out his plans and thoughts for Gaza, many of their leaders still blame Biden for what happened and what will happen to Gaza.
Another unusual move by President Donald Trump the highest-ranking female in the military was ordered evicted from her home within 3 hours of notice. Following her firing from her post as commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard, Admiral Linda Fagan was fired by Trump for her support of diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. Trump fired Admiral Fagan the day the president was sworn into office. But on Wednesday last week, the admiral, who was living in a government-funded home in the Joint Base, Anacostia Boiling, was ordered by Trump and removed from her quarters by Homeland Security officials on order from Trump. Admiral Fagan said, "What happened was petty and personal. Normally, an admiral is given a waiver of 60 days to find her own home. But in her case, Trump only gave her 3 hours to leave her home, and she left many of her personal belongings still left at home."
Former officials of the National Labor Relations Board who were fired by Trump are suing the president over the firings of board members of NLRB. These officials, who are mandated under the law to be the arbiter of disputes between labor and their employer, has been targeted by Elon Musk's SpaceX and by Amazon and other companies that supported Trump in the 2024 election. Former NLRB Chair Gwen Wilcox accused the president effectively shutting down the NLRB by illegally firing her. In her lawsuit, she is asking a federal judge to reinstate her to her NLRB post for the unlawful firing. This is only among many of the lawsuits filed against the administration since it took office, ranging from illegally freezing funds already allocated by Congress. Let's take a break. Please stay with us.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
All the ladies in the house, after you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying.
Mga kababayan! Welcome back to Chika Chika Today. Who is this mystery woman that Manila's Principe of Pop seems to be smitten with?
Can't I just say, I like you?
What are your intentions with my mother, sir?
You must be Miguel.
Oh, Sin City sweetheart!
You break her heart. I'll break your pretty K-pop face.
I don't want him to think that I'm trying to be his dad.
Is this the real deal? Will she be the inspiration for a new love song? Or quite possibly another one of Gabriel's heartbreak hits? We will keep you posted on any updates as this story unfolds.
Made to Shine, coming soon. Presented by FilAmTV Network. Written and directed by Giovanni Espiritu.
Executive produced by Sam Buban and Esmeralda Padilla-Gould.
Don't waste your money on CBD. Now hold on, don't turn the video off. If you're already taking CBD, good for you. You're on a good path, but there's a much better way. If you're thinking, should I try CBD? Let me answer a couple of questions that might help you make the decision to even try a CBD product. First of all, let's answer the question, what is CBD and where does it come from? CBD is cannabidiol. It's called a cannabinoid, and it's found naturally in many different plants. In fact, as you see here in the Cannabicae family, there's hops, sandalwood, hackberry, of course, hemp, even marijuana, but we're not talking here about marijuana. In fact, we're going to be talking about hemp. As I started to mention, CBD can be found in hemp, in rather high levels, as a matter of fact. But here's the problem. CBD is not the only cannabinoid you can find in hemp. Hemp contains over 100 different cannabinoids. In fact, in the Cannabicae family, hemp contains the highest level of cannabinoids of any plant, which is why it's the most popular source for CBD. But as I mentioned, CBD is only one of the cannabinoids that you can find in hemp. Hemp contains high levels also of CBC, CBG, and CBN. So why would we want CBC, CBD, CBG, and CBN? Well, as we look at the benefits here from CBD alone, you can see these benefits are great. I mean, who wouldn't want these benefits, right? But let's look at the benefits you can get from CBC. You see, they compound with CBD and offer yet even more. But then let's also now look at CBG. CBG has even more benefits. So naturally, anybody looking for the maximum benefit you can derive from hemp would want CBC, CBG, and CBD. But don't stop there. CBN also has fantastic benefits. So if you're looking for a great hemp product and you're contemplating trying a CBD product, don't just buy CBD. And please, don't buy that cheap gas station grocery store stuff. It's just that, cheap, and it won't benefit you at all. But if you can get a high grade, medical grade in fact, hemp product that contains CBC, CBD, CBG, and CBN, now you are unleashing the full power of your body that can only happen if you have all four of these cannabinoids in your body. If you're taking CBD, you're getting roughly 1/4 of the benefit that hemp can give you. Well, 1/4 is better than nothing, I suppose, but when you want 100% of all the benefits that hemp can give you, that is what happens if you take CBD with CBC, CBG, and CBN. So now you're probably asking, well, where on earth do I get all four of those? The problem now is solved. CBX4 contains high levels, not trace levels, and this is very important, contains high levels of all four of these cannabinoids, which means every benefit we listed up until now is available to you naturally in CBX4 and only in CBX4.
Welcome back to The Pulse. Elon Musk talked at the Germany's AfD campaign launch while thousands of protest the far-right party. According to CNN, Elon Musk, an American tech millionaire, delivered a surprise speech at the campaign kickoff of Alternative for Germany, AfD party. As thousands of people rallied around the country to condemn the far-right party, Musk, who addressed the assembly via live video, was greeted with raucous applause by approximately 4,500 AfD members assembled inside a venue in the eastern German city of Halle on Saturday. While speaking with party leader Alice Weidel, the AfD candidate for chancellor, Musk restated his belief that the AfD is Germany's best hope. In the next general election on February 23rd, Germany, Europe's largest economy, is set to hold quick elections in February after Chancellor Olaf Scholz lost a confidence vote and his government coalition dissolved following months of appeal. The AfD has witnessed an increase in support, recently becoming the first far-right party to win a state election in Germany since the Nazi era, and performing strongly in opinion surveys ahead of the next election. At the same time, the party has faced criticism for its strong anti-immigration position. All of Germany's mainstream political parties have stated that they will not collaborate with the AfD. Musk, a close admirer of US President Donald Trump and a campaign donor, emphasized the importance of people taking pride in Germany and being German, which elicited wild applause at the AfD gathering. The billionaire also addressed immigration, which was a major topic in the election, asking Vito and her followers not to lose national pride in some kind of multiculturalism that dilutes everything. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of Germans marched in Berlin and other cities on Saturday against a far-right party. Police authorities in Germany estimated about 40,000 people who were demonstrating in Cologne in West Germany. According to police estimates, some 35,000 protesters gathered near Berlin's historic Brandenburg Gate, where they sung anti-fascist songs, hoisted banners condemning AfD, and flashed letters. In the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister accused Musk of spreading lies after the billionaire incited a social media backlash against the British government. Musk has also advocated for the release of Tommy Robinson, a convicted far-right political activist that fanned anti-immigrant rights through social media. The German government has even accused Musk of attempting to influence the election by endorsing the AfD.
China responds with tariffs on U.S. products. It'll also probe Google, according to the Associated Press. On Tuesday last week, China announced retaliatory tariffs on some selected American imports, as well as the antitrust inquiry against Google, just minutes after President Trump levied a broad tariff on Chinese products by additional 10%. American tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico were also supposed to go into effect Tuesday, but Trump agreed to a 30-day hold as the two countries addressed his worries about border security and drug trafficking. But Washington observers believe Trump was testing the water of how the stock market will react. On the day it was to take effect, the U.S. stock market fell with a collateral effect on Bitcoin, which also dropped in value. Trump is expected to speak with Chinese President Xi Jinping in the coming days. It is scheduled and will take place very soon, said White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt on Tuesday. This is not the first instance for a tit-for-tat between the two countries. In 2018, China and the United States engaged in an intensifying trade war, with Trump frequently raising taxes on Chinese imports, prompting China to reply each time. This time, observers say China is far better prepared, launch a raft of actions that go beyond tariffs and affect all sectors of the U.S. economy. The administration is also concerned about disturbing its own fragile, heavily trade-dependent economy. China announced that it would impose a 15% tariff on coal and liquefied natural gas products, as well as a 10% tariff on crude oil, agricultural machinery, and large engine cars imported from the United States. The tariffs will go into force today. A U.S. unilateral tariff increase seriously violates the rules of the World Trade Organization, China's State Council Duty Commission stated. They also described the situation caused by the Trump administration as not only unhelpful in solving its own problems, but also damages normal economic and trade cooperation between China and the U.S. The WTO announced Tuesday that it had received a notice of China's request for discussions with the United States regarding tariffs placed on Chinese imports. The decision begins a 60-day period for the two sides to negotiate their differences. If they do not, the matter will be heard by a 3-judge panel at the Geneva-based trade body. However, the WTO's dispute resolution procedure has been hampered in recent years, with repeated U.S. administration blocking nominees to its appeals court. We're out of time for this week's edition. I'm Joe Buban. Thank you for watching.
Please join us again next week. I'm Shahin Rahim. God bless your week.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
All the ladies in the house. After you've gone and left me crying. After you've gone, there's no denying.
Mga kababayan! Welcome back to Chika Chika Today. Who is this mystery woman that Maynila's Principe of Pop seems to be smitten with?
Can't I just say, I like you?
What are your intentions with my mother, sir?
You must be Miguel.
Oh, Sin City sweetheart.
You break her heart. I'll break your pretty K-pop face.
I don't want him to think that I'm trying to be his dad.
Is this the real deal? Will she be the inspiration for a new love song? Or quite possibly another one of Gabriel's heartbreak hits? We will keep you posted on any updates as this story unfolds.
Made to Shine. Coming soon. Presented by FilAmTV Network. Written and directed by Giovanni Espiritu.
Executive produced by Sam Buban and Esmeralda Padilla Gould.